Okay, so the next one on our list of graphs is the parabola. And in sketching the parabola, we need to look at a couple of issues. First one is the shape. If I look at the value of A over there, if your A is negative, then we remember that the shape will look like that. And if A is positive, then the shape is the right way up. I think we called it smiley faces and things. I can't remember. Then looking at the intercepts, well, they work the same as with a straight line. I'm going to start off by saying if x equals 0, then of course y equals c. So you can see that c over there is the y-intercept. So basically I've used this A for the shape, and I've used the C for the y-intercept. So what about the x-intercept? If x is 0, then I get ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And ordinarily that is just a quadratic equation, and I would try to factorize it to find my x values. Of course, there is always the chance that you can't factorize, in which case I have to remind you of your little formula. Minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And this is perhaps a good time to remind you or to recognize again the role of this b squared minus 4ac. Well, if b squared minus 4ac, let's just say we call it the discriminant for now. And if the discriminant is equal to 0, then it's clear what happens is I end up just with x is equal to minus b over 2a. So if x is equal to minus b over 2a, then it means I've only got one root. Clearly, if I sketch that, it means that the parabola touches the x-axis wherever. If it's less than 0, then underneath this root, I have a negative value over there. This we've also covered. That's not possible. So I have no real roots. In terms of what my parabola looks like, well, it's either going to sit up there or it's going to slide over here. But it cannot cross my x-axis. And then the third option is if your discriminant is greater than 0. Well, if it's greater than 0, then it simply means that the plus and the minus over there will force me to have two roots. So whatever the roots might look like, I know that I've got 2 points of intersection. And interestingly enough, if this b squared minus 4ac is a perfect square. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if it's something like 4 or 16 or 25, you're getting my drift, 49, then of course the root will fall away and I end up with a rational number. A rational number. If I can't get rid of that root, then we say it is an irrational number. And this is also something that we've spoken about previously. An irrational number. Well, it's something like the root of 3. It simply means you can't get rid of that root.